Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Let's hit 5K subscribers together. I still remember how she stood in front of the mirror that evening, dressed like she was headed somewhere that had nothing to do with her girls' night. The dress was new, tight, short, something she had never worn around me. Paired with heels she only brought out when she wanted to impress someone. Her hair was styled differently too, curled, shiny, clearly done with more care than she had ever shown for a date with me. When I asked why she was dressed like that, she didn't even glance at me. She just smirked at her reflection and said, "Relax. It's just one night." Those words sent a cold rush through my chest. Careless, dismissive. Words spoken by someone who no longer considered how her partner felt. In that instant, I realized something painful. She wasn't speaking to a husband she respected. She was speaking to a man she assumed would endure anything. She grabbed her purse and walked past me without a hint of guilt, as if she expected me to stay home and pretend everything was normal. The ease in her steps, the casual tone, the confidence in her posture, all screamed that this had been happening for a while. My suspicions weren't new. Late-night disappearances, sudden work meetings, new phone passwords. It had all been adding up for months. But hearing her say relax was a final insult. Not just the words, but the look she gave me, the attitude behind them, the utter disregard for our marriage. I stood there, staring at her back as she moved toward the door, and something inside me clicked. I realized I had been patient long enough. Her hand landed on the doorknob, and she said casually, "Don't wait up." That was when I knew this wasn't an innocent outing. No wife tells her husband not to wait up unless she knows exactly what she's doing. For the first time, instead of panic or jealousy, I felt clarity. Sharp, cold, undeniable clarity. I wasn't losing her. She had already left mentally, but she didn't realize she was crossing a line in a home where I still had a voice. Before she could step outside, I spoke calmly, firmly, without raising my voice. "Then make this your last night in this house." Everything froze. Her fingers halted on the doorknob. Her shoulders stiffened. She turned slowly, as if she wasn't sure she heard me correctly. When her eyes met mine, I saw something I hadn't seen in months. Real, unfiltered fear. "W, what did you just say?" she whispered, her confidence collapsing instantly. I stepped forward, composed, not angry, the calm itself unsettling her. "If you're walking out dressed like that for just one night, don't bother coming back tomorrow." That was all I said. No shouting, no threats. Just truth. And that truth hit harder than any argument ever could. She tried to laugh it off, but it came out shaky. "You're overreacting," she said, voice cracking. She wasn't used to me standing up for myself. She wasn't used to consequences. And she certainly didn't expect me to draw a line so decisively. I walked past her to the bedroom and pulled out her suitcase, the same one she used for weekend getaways. I placed it on the bed. Her wide, trembling eyes followed every movement. She didn't blink, didn't breathe, just watched as I opened the suitcase with calm precision. I began packing her things. Not hastily, not angrily, but carefully, methodically, the way someone packs for a final goodbye. Every folded shirt, every pair of jeans, every perfume bottle, each item driving another wave of panic through her. She stepped into the room slowly, voice trembling. "You can't be serious." "I am," I said quietly. "You made the choice. I'm just respecting it for the first time." The reality of her actions hit her. She wasn't just going out for one night. She had been disrespecting our marriage for months. And now she was watching the consequences unfold, piece by piece, inside that suitcase. She moved closer, reaching out as if to stop me, but she couldn't touch it. Guilt? Fear? Both, maybe. "Can we just talk?" she asked, small, stripped of all arrogance. "We could have talked months ago," I said. "Back when you still respected this marriage." Tears filled her eyes. For the first time, she was the one trying to hold on. Meanwhile, I felt steady, stronger than I had in years. "You're throwing away our marriage over one night," she said desperately. I met her gaze with calm she didn't expect. "You threw it away the moment you believed you could walk out dressed for another man and tell me to relax." Her face fell. No defense, no excuse, only silence. She searched the room for words that could save her, but the truth was simple. She had assumed my patience meant weakness. That night, she learned how wrong she was. When I zipped the suitcase shut, she flinched as though the sound physically hurt her. I carried it to the door and set it down gently. She stood shaking, eyes red, confidence gone. This wasn't the woman who casually said, "Relax." This was someone realizing she had gone too far. "I never thought you'd actually do this," she whispered. "That's the problem," I replied. "You thought I'd tolerate anything." She didn't leave that night. Not because I stopped her, but because her lies, her ego, her false confidence collapsed under the weight of the truth. She sat on the floor, crying, repeating, "I'm sorry," over and over. But apologies didn't fix what was broken. Respect, once lost, doesn't magically return. Trust, once betrayed, isn't rebuilt overnight. That night, she learned a lesson she never expected. A husband's silence isn't weakness. Sometimes it's the calm before a decision that changes everything.